Good morning, Year 9. Don't worry, I haven't got confused. I'm just going to refer to last lesson's work at the beginning of today's lesson. But before I do that, obviously since I made the last video, we've had the government announcement. So we'll be doing this for 6 weeks at least, rather than the couple of weeks that we had hoped. But I'm hoping that you will notice a difference to the way we approached this in the summer. So rather than one person setting work for the whole of Year 8, which was the case last summer, you're going to continue to get work set by me, your class teacher, and it's going to be completely focused on our scheme of work, because in Year 9 in maths we have started GCSE, so we can't afford to take a 6-week break. So we're going to keep making progress, and so I urge you to make sure you are engaged, and I congratulate those who've already submitted just that one question from yesterday's lesson, and everyone's got it right so far, so that's really good to see. So do you remember what we were doing yesterday? We were practicing expanding double brackets. So I was giving you a question and you were working out the answer, and we were looking particularly at some special cases. So what we're going to do today is the reverse process. I'm going to give you an answer and ask you what the question was. And we did that with single brackets already. So we're going to do it with double brackets today. Now, this was a family, wasn't it, if you remember, of questions where we had positives and negatives and both negative. We're only going to have questions today where everything's positive. This is quite a fiddly process, so I'm going to make it a little bit easier today by saying, right, we're only going to have this sort of problem where the two brackets in the question have x plus one number and x plus another number. So the process of starting with an answer and working out the double bracket question has a name. That name is factorising quadratics. So the word factorising is the reverse of expanding. It's putting the brackets back in. Yesterday I introduced the phrase quadratic expressions, and quadratics is just short for that. So I could have made the title, the objective, factorising quadratic expressions. I'm just being lazy. We say quadratics as a short way of saying that. I just realised I've got the date wrong. It's the 6th, isn't it? There we go. So there's our date and objective for today. I encourage you to keep your own notes and keep dating it, and then we can put those in your book when we get back. Okay, so I've got a couple of examples here, and we're going to have a go at working out what question gave us these two as an answer. As I've said, we know it's going to be a double bracket. So I'm going to firstly remember that this number here comes by multiplying that number by that number, because we, if you remember, grid it out, don't we? So I know I've said already that we're only going to have brackets today that start like that. So what two numbers can I multiply together to make 8? Well, I could do 4 and 2, couldn't I? 4 times 2 would give me plus 8. Is that the only way I can get plus 8? Well, I could also have x plus 1 and x plus 8, because 1 times 8 is also 8, isn't it? And I hope you can see that x plus 4 and x plus 2 is just the same as x plus 2, x plus 4. It doesn't matter which way around the two brackets go. And similarly here, x plus 8, x plus 1, it's the same thing, isn't it? So I don't need to do those as well. I can just do it, just try one, and it works both ways. So my question is, which of these two is the correct question that gives this as an answer? So have a go, grid out both of those and see which one, when you peanut, gives you 9 x's. I'm going to pause the video, so pause the video at this point and have a go at that. Okay, so I multiplied out the first one, 4 times x is 4x, 2 times x is 2x. When I peanut there, I'm going to get 6x's. Ah, right. So it can't be that one. That one doesn't work. Let's try this one. I multiplied it out. X times 1 is 1x, and remember we never bother writing the 1, do we? X times 8 is 8x. When I peanut that, I get 8x's plus 1x. I get 9x's. Bingo! So this is the correct question that gave us that as an answer. So my answer to what do you get when you factorise x squared plus 9x plus 8 is that. I could also have written x plus 8, x plus 1. It doesn't matter which way around the two brackets go. Okay, second example. Let's cover up the ones we've got coming in just a minute. So my second example, x squared plus 5x plus 6. So I'm going to ask the same question. How could I get 6 by multiplying the two numbers in my bracket together? Well, I could get 6 and 1, 6 times 1. I could get 2 times 3, couldn't I? Now, do we need to do the full gridding out? Is it already obvious which one is going to give us 5x's? Well, I tell you what, I'm going to do the gridding out, but I'm sort of hoping that you can already see which one of those two is the correct answer. So on the left here, I've got my x squared, bingo. I've got my plus 6, because I'm multiplying, don't forget, 6 times 1 is 6, bingo. When I peanut, I get 6x's plus another x, that's 7x's. Right, so it's not that. Over here, I get my x squared, big tick. I get my plus 6, because I'm multiplying, 3 times 2 is 6, big tick. And 2x's and 3x's, aha, 5x's. It works. So my answer to that one is that. Now, of course, both of those examples have had two options, but it might be that you have more than two options. I mean, if this was a 12, for example, then you could have had 1 times 12 and 2 times 6 and 3 times 4. So sometimes there's lots of options, and you can try all of those options and see which one gives you the right number of x's. Or sometimes you can just see it. You can work it out without having to go through the full process. So let me give you some to have a go at for yourself. I haven't attached a file this time. I've just put them here on the video. So hopefully you can pause the video at this point and write them down. But there's 6 there for you to try. I am going to pause the video and go through the answers to the first couple in a moment. So pause the video now and try the first 2. Okay, so I was quite nice to you with this first one, because the only way you can make 2 by multiplying two whole numbers together is 2 and 1. So that was the only option we really had. And does it work? Well, yes, because this would give us a 2x, this would give us a 1x, which altogether would give us a 3x. So that's the correct answer. And of course, some of you would have put x plus 1, x plus 2. Same answer, perfectly correct. Doesn't matter which way round the brackets go. I had a couple of options for this one, because to get that 9, I could have either got it by multiplying 9 times 1 or 3 times 3. So I've got two options here. Which one gives me 6x's? Well, this one would give me 9x plus another x, so that's 10x's, so it's not that one. This one would give me 3x's plus another 3x's, 6x's. Bingo. So that's the correct answer. And some of you may have realised that that's one of the special cases we met yesterday. So we could write it like that, couldn't we? If you left it as x plus 3, perfectly okay. Okay, so the answer to the first one, x plus 2, x plus 1. Answer to the second one, x plus 3, which you could write like that. Oh, I haven't left myself much space here, but have a go at the remaining 4. Now, these two are similar to these, so it'll be x plus something in one bracket, x plus something else in another bracket. But 5 and 6 are special cases, so the answer to these will be some of the special case brackets that we met yesterday. Have a go. Again, I'm going to pause the video, have a go at those, and then see if you can, and I'll go through the answers then. Okay, how did you get on? So with this one, did you get a 7 and a 3? Doesn't matter which way round. X plus 7, x plus 3. 7 times 3 gives you the 21, and you end up with a 7x and a 3x, which gives you 10x's. Really tricky, this one, because 12, there's loads of ways of making 12 by multiplying two numbers. Did you get the right one, which was 6 and 2? Again, it could have been 2 and 6, 6 and 2, but that gives you your plus 12. When you multiply those two, it gives you 6x's and 2x's, which gives you 8x's. So I'm delighted if you got either of those two correct. But I am super delighted if anyone managed to get 5 or 6 correct, because they were really tricky. This one was one of the special cases where it's actually just a single bracket. And this was one of those magic ones that I really like, where you have a plus 9 and a minus 9. So when you multiply out, when you grid it out, you get a 9x and a minus 9x, which cancel each other out. And you're just left with the x squared and minus 81. So well done if you got somewhere with that. So I've attached just a couple more of these for you to try with a separate attachment with solutions. No need to submit anything today, but I hope that you are able to cope with that. And obviously that's the last lesson for this week. So I look forward to seeing you again on Monday. Please get in touch by email if you have any real problems. Take care.